यशोदानन्दना व्रजचारणरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजचारणरञ्जना यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिवार जगत अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद अभय शरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिवार जगत अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी की जय। गंगा मई की जय। यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। समवेता भक्तवृंद की जय। Taking over the world with Srila Prabhupada's translated book distribution ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Chaldesham Prabhu 2023 Marathon ki jai. Making sure we beat and smash our target ki jai. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swaminati Namane. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 9, Text number 17. Adyarhaniya Asanam Asthitam Param Vritam Chatuhu Prakriti Purush Shodasha Pancham Shaktibihi Yuktam Bhagaihi Svaihi Itaratra Cha Adruvaihi Sve Eva Dhaman Ramamanam Ishwaram Adyarhaniya Yasanam Asitam what's that? Adyarhaniya Sanamasitam Param Vritam Chatushodasha Pancha Shaktibihi Yuktam Bhagai Svai Itaratra Chadruvaihi Sa Eva Dhaman Ramamanam Ishwaram Adyair Haniya Sanamasitam Param Vritam Chatushodasha Pancha Shaktibihi Yuktam Bhagai Svair Itaratra Chadruvaihi Sa Eva Dhaman Ramamanamishwaram Adhyarhaniya Sanamastitam Param Vritam Chatushodasha Pancha Shaktibihi Yuktam Bhagai Svairitharatra Chadruvaihi Sa Eva Dhaman Ramamanamishwaram Adhyarhaniyasanamasitam param Vritam chatushodasha pancha shaktibhihi Yuktam bhagay svair itaratra chadruvai Sa eva dhaman ramamanamishwaram Adhyarhaniyasanamasitam param Vicham chatushodasha pancha shaktibhihi Tam bhagay svair Sa eva dhaman ramamanamishwaram Adhyarhaniyasanamasitam param Tam chatushodasha pancha shaktibhihi Yaktam bhagay svair itaratra chadruvai Sa eva dhaman ramamanamishwaram Matajis Adhyarhaniyasanamasitam param Idam chatushodasha pancha shaktibhihi Yuktam bhagay svair itaratra chadruvai Sa eva dhaman ramamanamishwaram Adhyarhaniya Greatly worshipable Asanam throne Astitam seated on it Param the supreme Vritam surrounded by Chatuhu four namely Prakriti, Purusha, Mahat and Ego Shodasham the 16 Pancham the 5 Shakti Bihi by the energies Yuktam empowered with Bhagaihi his opulences Svaihi personal Itaratra other minor prowesses Cha also Adruvaihi temporary Swe own Eva certainly Dhaman abode Ramamanam enjoying Ishwaram Supreme Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Could I request to have an Achaman cup here please? Thank you so much. Okay. The Lord was seated on His throne which was surrounded by different energies like the 4, the 16, the 5 and the 6 natural opulences along with other insignificant energies of temporary character. But He was the factual Supreme Lord enjoying His own abode. Thank you. The Lord is naturally endowed with 6 opulences. Specifically, He's the richest, He's the most powerful, He's the most famous, He's the most beautiful, He's the greatest in knowledge, and He is the greatest announcer as well. And for His material creative energies, He is served by 4, namely the principles of Prakriti, Purusha, Mahatattva and Ego. He is also served by the 16, namely the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, and sky, the 5 perceptive sense organs, the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin, and the 5 working sense organs, the hand, the leg, the stomach, the evacuation outlet, and the genitals, and the mind. The 5 includes the sense objects, namely form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. All these 25 items serve the Lord in the material creation, and all of them are personally present to serve the Lord. The insignificant opulences numbering 8, the Ashtasiddhis attained by yogis for temporary overlordship, are also under His control, but He is naturally full with all such powers without any effort. Therefore, He is the Supreme Lord. The living being, by severe penance and performance of bodily exercises, can temporarily attain some wonderful power, but that does not make him the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord, by His own potencies, is unlimitedly more powerful than any yogi. He is unlimitedly more learned than any jnani. He is unlimitedly richer than any wealthy a very wealthy person. He is unlimitedly more beautiful than any beautiful living being. He is unlimitedly more charitable than any philanthropist. Varada. He is above all. No one is equal to or greater than Him. Nor can anyone reach his level of perfection in any of the above powers by any amount of penance or yogic demonstrations. The yogis are dependent on his mercy. Out of his immensely charitable disposition, he can award some temporary powers to the yogis because of the yogis hankering after them. But to his unalloyed devotees who do not want anything from the Lord save and except his transcendental service, the Lord is so pleased that he gives himself in exchange for unalloyed service. Om Agyana Timiranthasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tafpada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swaminiti Namine Guru Vadana Vidor Nisyandita Desha Vrindamritana Brita Sarit Samplavita Shesha Deshaha Harirati Phaladana Swadanananda Dhama Bhuvi Jayati Vikaso Bhakti Purvo Yatindraha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namne Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarane Vagisha Yasya Vadane Lakshmi Yasya Chavakshisi Yasyasya Hridaye Samvitam Nrsimhamaham Bhaje Mukam Karti Vachalam Pangum Langaite Giram Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Yasya Deve Parabhaktir Yata Deve Tata Guru Tasyate Katita Hyarta Prakashante Mahatmanaha. So we're reading this amazing verse describing how the Supreme Lord is the Supreme Lord and no one else can be Him. And the reason is Krishna is Sadaishwarya Purna. That He is full with six opulences. There's no one, like Prabhupada is saying, no one is more beautiful than Krishna, no one is more wealthy than Krishna, no one is more knowledgeable than Krishna, no one is more renowned than Krishna, no one is more famous than Krishna, no one is more, what am I missing? Beauty, charity, stronger, yeah. No one is stronger than Krishna. Krishna is the strongest. Krishna is the best in everything. In everything, Krishna is the best in. And no one can compete with Krishna. We can see that He's seated upon His great throne in Vaikuntha, in the heavenly planets. And in the Vaikuntha realm, in His Vaikuntha abode, He's been, he's being seated, and all these, the different energies are there to serve Him personally. We should understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is supremely personal. He's supremely personal in every regard. We understand that. The impersonalism is like the greatest disease that actually haunts this material world. There's no greater disease than impersonalism, actually. That we always think that the best thing to do, any problem we have, immediately our mind comes up with an impersonal proposal. We're having some problem, I just need to get away, I just need to be by myself. Or, anything, just gives us like an impersonal proposal. It gives us an impersonal proposal. Then why is Mayavad so dear to the conditioned soul? Why is an impersonal conception so dear to the conditioned soul? It's for the simple reason that an impersonal conception is dear to the conditioned soul for the purpose that it will make us believe that there is ultimately no consequence to all our actions. And you can see this, that so many people are celebrating Christmas, and they claim that this is the day that Jesus appeared in this world. But apparently the scriptures say something else, that He appeared in the summertime. And then in the name of celebrating the appearance of Jesus, they actually do the most materialistic things. The most materialistic things. Who is it really a festival for? It's a festival for the businessmen. It's a festival for the people who like to make more money. And this is a great thing. It's a great thing. What exactly does Santa Claus have to do with Jesus? Absolutely nothing whatsoever. What does he have to do with the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Absolutely nothing. Does he even exist? No, he doesn't. But the big festival, the biggest festival that's being celebrated in America. Why? And where is there remembrance of God? Where is there remembrance of God? You can go to one of the airports, and then they're glorifying a great activist, and they're speaking about how he's a great pastor and all this stuff. And then they were saying that he would give such a wonderful sermon, and he would serve all the people. Then after the sermon, because he wanted to feed everyone in his who had come to the church, he would personally go and roast the chicken for them to eat. What a hypocrisy, Speak about love of God, it's like this, and these kinds of nonsensical activities, these kind of nonsensical activities go on in the name of being devotional. In the name of being devotional, we love God, but we hate Krishna. Where is this coming from? It's coming from the fact of because people are completely surrounded by impersonal conceptions. Completely surrounded by impersonal conceptions. Impersonalism, where is this? Oh, yes, we want to love God. We want to follow Jesus. But when we try to follow Jesus, we do not follow His commandments. We do not follow "Thou shalt not kill." We do not do it. Why? Because we make it impersonal, or we make it vague. How is this impersonal conception? You can think about this very deeply, actually. The Supreme Personality of God has all these opulences, and all these opulences are persons, and they're there willing to serve Him. Why? Because He's supremely personal. But we see that how did they come up with these kinds of conceptions? Why? Because they say, oh, it's all relative. Your understanding of the commandments is all relative. It's like a relative, conception. Whatever conception you have, it's relative, that, it's and, the Kalki Prabhu was making a really good point in a class a while ago. He was speaking about how, if, people don't have a problem if you tell them that you're God. But if you came and told them that you're Bill Clinton, or if you came and told them that you are, JFK or whatever, people will say this guy is completely crazy. Why? Because they think that JFK is a person, but God is not. You see? So this impersonal conception covers over different people differently. Depending upon the modes of nature that we're in, we have a different kind of conditioning that completely covers us over. Purusha prakriti stohi, punktir prakriti jan gunan, karanam guna sangasya sadasad yoni janmasu. That the living entity, he goes from one womb to another with a different conception of being a man and being a woman, or being a male and being a female. And in Kali Yuga, there's apparently 367.5 choices that you could select about your gender. But as far as the Shastra is concerned, there's a male and there's a female. That's all. And then there may be a unique case here and there. But this is all ridiculous, actually. This is all ridiculous. Why? Because it's all impersonal. It's all completely done on the impersonal level. It's completely done because of the impersonal conception oozing into everything that it's all relative how you take the Bible. It's completely fine. You can take it as relatively as you like. Why? Because there is no proper personalism present. And Mayavad covers over different people differently, actually. It's very like this Tatenu Kampam Susamikshamana Bhunjana Evatma Kritam Vipakam Hridvak Vabudbhir Vidadam Namasi Jive Toyo Mukti Pade Sadhaya Bhak. That we understand that yes, the devotee undergoes all these austerities and difficulties, and Krishna puts us through this, and we stick it out hoping to attain the mercy of Krishna. And then the point I'm getting to is Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur in this purport says that Krishna gives the living entity customized suffering. Krishna gives the living entity customized suffering. He customizes your suffering in a particular way, and it's just for you. And you can think about it, everyone has their different pitfalls. We recently had an episode, where, one person with one kind of conditioning reacted in a particular way. Another person with another type of conditioning reacted in a particular way. And just because of the conditioning of both people, one was in a safe position and the other was not in a safe position, And we understand that. Why? Because the atmosphere is created for the bhav to just come out of identifying with the body or the mind or the whatever. It's created. It's created like that. And different, so you can see the one kind of Maya is different than the other kind of Maya. I was speaking about this in Dallas that, Vishnu Prabhu was telling me that when he was when he was in Chennai, there was like this one devotee, Chennai is on the coast, and when you're on the coast, what do you smell the most when you're on the coast? Fish, right? And it stinks like heck. And you can't believe that people actually eat it. It stinks so bad. But every time they would go by the coast, in a vehicle or something, the stench of that fish would be like, oh, it was so bad. But then there was like a brahmachari, they're like, oh, Prabhu, this is such maya. This is such maya, Prabhu. This is such maya, He was saying that that the smell of the fish is maya for him. And then so much so that he was practicing and was doing everything nicely, but his tongue could not, perform the austerity of giving up eating fish. So he blooped and went back to eat fish again with his family. That may not be our conditioning. They'll be like, oh, this thing freaking stinks, I've been a vegan since for so long. Even before I came to Krishna. It's not going to affect me. But then, it's not going to affect me. Then you may go after a vegan girlfriend. What's the big deal? So Maya's got something for everyone. Maya's got something for everyone. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not bewildered by all these things that he has. The minute a living entity gets any of these opulences, even to a small degree, the living entity gets bewildered. Completely bewildered. Oh, wow. Imagine you have so much wealth and you have so many people under you and they're going to listen to whatever you say. Living entity gets bewildered by illusion. Why? Because of the impersonal conception. Oh, impersonal. Let's cover it over. You get covered over. Wow. What the heck? You get covered over and you forget that there's a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Or you may do some lip service. But when we actually serve Krishna, we understand how all these are simply meant for his service. And he has them in full without any difficulty. Therefore, he is the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, you can say this. Anyone who get especially what we call young money, who just got money just now, they really they really get bewildered like anything. Sometimes we, I remember someone was telling me some time ago that in the news it came out that some homeless guy won the lottery or something. And in 1 year, he was homeless again. These lotteries are you win a crazy amount of money, right? How much do you win? How do you blow 999 million in a year and become homeless again? How do you do that? What the heck? That's insane. But it happens. It's crazy. How when a living entity gets a little opulence, they lose their mind and they blow it, and then he's back, and now he's hankering for I had a 999 million at one point. How he must have gotten hustled or something. But, how did this happen? But the living entity gets bewildered, they forget. And, that's why was that, blessed are the humble and meek or something. I remember reading a billboard while I was driving through Mississippi. There's all these Bible quotes everywhere. Blessed are the humble and meek. I'm yeah, I guess, that's true. Even Kunti Devi says, Twama Kinchana Gochara, The Supreme Personality of God, he's willing to accept service. He's willing to accept this, from the living entities. But the minute the living entity actually uses all this in the service of Krishna, then he's safe. Why? Because by our very nature, we cannot digest any of this stuff. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur calls it spiritual indigestion. We cannot by nature digest all these opulences and this, that, and the other thing. We just cannot digest it. That's why immediately when we get something, we pass it on to the Guru Parampara. We pass it on the Guru Parampara, and as long as a bona fide Guru Parampara, they pass it on all the way to Krishna. Krishna can digest anything. There was one person, some time ago, and he was not following the 4 regulative principles, but then he was also cooking for the devotees. And then, this happened in New York, anyway, whatever, it happened sometime. And then, we were eating what he was cooking and nothing happened to us. But then Krishna revealed that, hey, this guy is doing this nonsense. And then We were so like grateful for Krishna. Krishna, you protected us from like digesting like the consciousness of a person who is not following the four regulated principles. Why? Because Krishna can. You see, Prabhupada is writing that. That Krishna does. He has all these potencies without any effort. And he nothing can phase Krishna. And nothing can phase him. Krishna is there, and nothing can phase him. Like you can throw thunderbolts at Krishna. Not you, but like demons can throw like thunderbolts at Krishna, and this and that. They can throw like so many weapons at Krishna. Nothing happens to Krishna. Nothing. There's nothing that can bewilder Krishna. Etesh shamsa kalaf pumsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indriyari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the Supreme Personality. And he had all these opulences in form. But what is the essence of Krishna's godness? No? No? Huh? No? There's a verse, I've quoted this many times. Anyone else? You already said that. The essence of Krishna's godness is his devotees. How does that make sense? No. There's a verse that Rupa Goswami says. Or Krishnadas Kaviraj says this verse. Okay, one more guess. Yes, Nick, what? I thought you raised your hand. Huh? You're thinking. It says a random verse, okay. I'm like, oh, well, if Dehi knows Vinyata, come on, no. The essence of godness is his sweetness. Madhurya Bhagavata Sar. The essence of godness is his sweetness. But above all, Krishna is very sweet. And if it wasn't for that, we would be really in this soup. We would be doomed. You can learn this. It's 3 words. Madhurya, Bhagavata, Sara. What does that mean? Or when you say Madhurya Bhagavata Sara, what does that mean? Madhurya is? Bhagavata is? Of God. Right? Sara is? Essence. Madhurya Bhagavata Sara. The essence of godness is his sweetness. The essence of his godness is his sweetness. We understand it like that. We should say that ultimately Krishna is a very sweet person. And when you meet someone sweet, it's like it's really amazing. It's really like wow, it's a really good exchange. When they're sweet, and when they're really sweet, and when they buy a Bhagavatam from you, it's like, dude, freaking give me a hug right now, bro. It's so sweet. It's like when they're really sweet, and then like the perfection of the sweetness is accepting Krishna. It's like really sweet. It's so amazing. Like when you see them, like oh man, like my heart melts. But like when you see like these kind of like really like sweetie pies, who just buy a set of Bhagavatam from you, because okay, I will do it. They're like okay, I will do 1,000. Okay, I can't do 10,000, but please, I can only do 1,000. And they do it. Yeah, they do it. It's like it's amazing. And even if they can't do it, and they're like really sweet, like bro, like I can only have like $5. What man? This is for you. Take it as a sign. Take a bite. It's really amazing. Madhurya Bhagavata. But Krishna is so sweet. Think of all the sweet people you met, all the sweet interactions you've had in your life. Think of all of that. And combine it all together, and even that does not come even a small inch to the closeness of the sweetness of Krishna. Krishna is so sweet. And Krishna is so sweet. And Krishna is very grateful. Krishna is very grateful, for, let me see. Okay. For almost all of you present in this room, when I first met you, or after a few months after meeting you, I took all of your money. Right? Charandeep, I'm working on taking all of his money, is coming. But I took almost all of your money when I met most of y'all. Right? And then, all this Lakshmi we took, and what did I do with it? Did I go to Hawaii? No, I was in Atlanta every day. We work in the airport. We took all this Lakshmi and we gave it to Krishna. And Krishna, being the sweet person that he is so sweet that He's constantly reciprocating with all of you. Yes or yes? What? I didn't hear you. Yes, yeah. Krishna is constantly reciprocating with all of you. Giving you like the best of everything. Krishna is giving you the best guru. Krishna is giving you the best association. Krishna is giving you the best. I mean, every disciple feels the guru is the best, so it's fine. But giving you the best guru is giving you the best association. Hey, and I'll swear by this, He's giving you the best prasadam. Am I right or am I right? That's right. Krishna is giving you everything. Krishna is giving you like the sweetest devotees to be around. I mean, with the exception of myself, I'm here just to remind you all the material world is a bad place. But with the exception of myself, Krishna is giving you like sweet devotees to be around. And Krishna is giving you. He's so sweet. He's really, really sweet. And even when He puts us in a difficult situation, which He has many times, especially when we're out there on book distribution, it's still sweet, isn't it? Struggling like anything out there, when you didn't sleep enough and when you come back and you hate like a particular race of people, it's still Krishna's sweetness upon you to make you transcendental to all of this. It's just who Krishna is. The essence of Godness is His sweetness, Why? Because, even the yogis, Krishna is more powerful than any yogi. Krishna is more powerful than any jnani. Krishna has more knowledge than any jnani. All the yogis are dependent upon Krishna's mercy. Prabhupada writes, He can award some temporary powers to the yogis because of the yogis hankering after them. But to the unalloyed devotees who do not want anything from the Lord, save and accept His transcendental service, the Lord is so pleased that He gives Himself in exchange for His unalloyed devotees. So, the more and more, we become, the more and more sweet we become, or the more and more purified we become, Krishna is, giving us, so many, and Krishna is, coming to us in so many forms. He's coming to us in the form of prasadam. He's coming to us in the form, I'm not saying devotees of Krishna, but the representations of Krishna, they're coming, He's sending us the devotees. Krishna is sending us Srila Prabhupada's books. That's the sweetest, I was just thinking wow, I'm reading currently, during the marathon, I'm reading my favorite chapter in all of Srila Prabhupada's books, which is Antya-lila chapter 6. That's my favorite chapter. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya-lila chapter 6. Prabhupada's purports are just the nectar, and it's just an amazing, it's really the sweetness of Krishna. And there is a chapter in the Chaitanya Charitamrita called the sweetness of Krishna. And anyway, I guess I won't have time to go over some verses over it. But, this chapter is how Raghunath Das Goswami obtains the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And it's really amazing actually, Everyone read the teachings of Lord Chaitanya? Yes? You're not shaking your head, Charandeep. You didn't. I got you. Okay, Charandeep didn't read it. You haven't read it yet. Or you're halfway there. It's there in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, right? Raghunath Das Goswami receiving the mercy of Lord Nityananda. You don't remember? Yeah, I read it in there. It's not there, probably. Yeah, it's not there. Okay, anyway, you lucked out. But anyway, you've seen the Krishna Life, the Krishna Life Sankirtan group. If you see the picture, that's that picture. It's Lord Nityananda giving them His mercy to. It's in my room too. Yeah, it's Lord Nityananda giving His mercy to Raghunath Das Goswami. It's a really amazing pastime. Anyway, maybe sometime after the marathon, we could read it together or whatever. But it's really and when I'm reading this it comes to life. It really, Prabhupada's books, they really come to life. Krishna gives us all these things. Krishna is so kind. Krishna is so kind that He gave us Srila Prabhupada. That's a big thing. Krishna is so sweet. Krishna is doing all these things. So. When we become purified and purified and purified and purified by serving the previous acharyas, then at a certain point of time, Krishna will just give Himself. This is there for all those who sincerely practice Krishna consciousness, for all those who are willing to face anarthas and move past them. It's there. There's so much to look forward to in Krishna consciousness. There's so much to look forward to in Krishna consciousness at a certain point of time when a devotee reaches perfection, he can have the association of the previous acharyas. You can have the association of Srila Prabhupada, the association of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and all of them you can have, and you can have it right now. Whichever situation, whichever condition we're in, we can have it right now. Why? Because Krishna is so kind. Krishna is so kind. He gives us his devotees who are kinder than Krishna. Prabhupada writes that in this purport. That he writes this in this purport. To Nachatasman Manusheshu Kashin Me Priyakritama. Prabhupada writes, in this purport, there's no one more dear to me than he who preaches my glories. And then there's the next verse where Krishna says that do not speak this knowledge to the envious. Prabhupada writes in the purport that the devotee of Krishna, knowing the heart of Krishna, goes and gives his, goes and gives knowledge and takes a risk and preaches Krishna consciousness in spite of all difficulties, because he knows the heart of Krishna. So Krishna is sweet, but this pure devotees are sweeter. Anyway, no, and it could be said both ways, But devotees are more merciful than Krishna. In one way we can say Krishna is very kind. But the devotees, Prabhupada writes it in that purport, Krishna is, it's very amazing, how sweet is Krishna. Why? And why are the devotees so sweet? Because they're meditating upon Krishna. It's really sweet. So we see this, Krishna, the devotees, why? Because, the minute a devotee recommends someone to Krishna, Krishna accepts. Without even thinking about this, I've given this example many times, that, Krishna and Arjuna, they were sitting, they're just, doing what friends do. And they were just, having a good time with each other and enjoying each other's association, It's really nice, when you have like good, Krishna conscious friends, to be in that association is it's like the best thing in the whole world, It's like, I wouldn't trade that for anything actually, and, they were, they both of them are best friends, and they're doing what best friends do. And, Krishna saw there was like a Mataji just walking down the river by herself. So, he said, Arjuna, can you please go ask her who she is? And then Arjuna goes and he asks her, my dear mother, who are you? And she says, you see, I am Yamuna, I'm the daughter of the sun god, and I really want to marry Krishna. Arjuna, can you please ask Krishna to marry me? And then, Arjuna goes back and he says, that girl wants to marry you. And he says, okay, I'll marry her. Marriage is a big deal, like, you're going to live with this person for the rest of your life. You'll at least want to know if your horoscope's matched, or whatever. You'd want to know something, But he's like, okay, I'll do it. Why? Because you're asking me. You're asking me. Therefore, although we are unqualified, because Krishna gives himself to his pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada and his faithful followers, if they recommend us to Krishna, then Krishna will accept us. That's the solution actually. That's the secret actually. Is to get a recommendation letter from the previous acharyas, to get a recommendation letter from the bona fide spiritual master, to get a recommendation letter from them that, okay, now this person, please accept him. Otherwise, by our own personal qualification, at least talking about myself, there's nothing there. We see this that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomar shakati ache. Amitu kanga, Krishna Krishna boli dai tava pache pache. That Krishna is yours, and certainly you have the power to give Krishna to me. Therefore, I'm running behind you shouting, Krishna, Krishna. And then, when we are with the previous acharyas and we're serving their mission, they make us they really push us in Krishna consciousness. They really push us forward and push us forward and push us forward. Why? Right? Do you feel that? Ever since you joined, how has this marathon been? Feel pushed? Do you feel like it's the limits, it's being stretched, the limits and beyond? You feel like that? Yeah? Yes? Anyone not feeling like that? You can raise your hands. We'll make sure you do. Okay. But, you feel like that. Why? Because that's the mission of the previous acharyas. They're pulling you. Why? And they're pulling you and they're making you run faster and faster. Why? Because they are also running behind their own Guru Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada's faithful followers are running behind him. And Srila Prabhupada is running behind Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And he's running behind Gaur Kishore Das Babaji and Bhakti Vinod Thakur like this. Daitava Pache Pache. They're running and they're pulling us. They're pulling us and pulling us. Come on, now it's time to move faster. And move faster. Become purified. Give up your anarthas. Surrender. Then when the more we surrender, the more Krishna gives us like a vision of, wow, like how is this? What's going to happen next? Like, I can't believe this is happening. I don't think last marathon we were distributing Bhagavatam sets every day, were we? Okay. But anyway, I wasn't before. But, the whole team, we did 60 Bhagavatams yesterday. I only did 35 of them. The rest of the team did the rest. That's a big step up. And I was instructed by my Guru Maharaj to, I asked my Guru Maharaj, is it okay? I was so selfish. I asked him, is it okay, Guru Maharaj, if I just just focus on upping my game? And I can teach them every now and then, but is it okay if I just focus on upping my game? He said, you can do that, but it's more important to teach others. I was thinking, oh man, it's an austerity to do so, but it's ecstatic. It's ecstatic. It's really amazing. But we can say it's really amazing. We've done so many Bhagavatams. It's really at a turning point. Krishna's got I was telling this to Brian and Kylie Mataji that Krishna's got a swag like no one else. You see how Krishna is flexing. He's making his struggle and struggle and struggle, and finally this weekend, Krishna just unleash the beast, baby, just go, let's do it, And he stepped it up, Vishnu was okay. He told me yesterday morning, he was okay, today is definitely not going to be as big as yesterday. I said, what kind of nonsense are you talking? Today's going to be bigger, man. He's how is that possible? And this person is not going, and Nali is doing this, and Jacob is doing that, this and that. But you see, is it? Krishna is like that. Krishna's got a swag like no one else. Krishna's got like that. You see, Krishna's stylish in every regard. The way he looks, the way he talks. All his shlokas. He speaks. You want to talk about rappers. Krishna's Bhagavad Gita. Come on, who can beat that? What's deeper than that? 700 bars, 35 minutes, and they're deep. And they're really deep. Who can compare to Krishna's poetry? Who can, and I was really thinking Krishna is such a poet, I was just thinking, something happened to our truck that could have come to Dallas. The weather in Dallas was really bad, and then, we just showed up. When we showed up, we figured out the truck went wrong. And then, we received books on Alfie. And yesterday, Utsav, who's a manager of Alfie, came and told me, don't come from the 25th to the 7th because we're going to be taking care of this payment and paving it. So you won't have room to do it. So don't come for this. He said, but I'll definitely see you later, right? I said, yeah, of course you'll see me. I was wow, dude, you're my homie, dude. That's so amazing. Krishna literally got us to Atlanta for the 3 days that we could max out an Alfie. Imagine we drove all the way from Dallas to work Alfie, and Alfie is not there anymore. Not there for the rest of the marathon. Can you believe it? Krishna is such a poet. He's such an artist. He's he's he does tapestry. It's so, how could he, of course, why wouldn't he figure it? In one sense, it's not amazing because it's Christian, but in another sense, for us, we're wow, thank God we're trying to surrender to the spiritual master here, you see how because, Krishna wants us to meet our target more than we do. That's a fact. And whoever plugs into it will really put up huge numbers. Whoever plugs in. Because God wants it more than us. So nothing can stop us. Nothing. Because what is the desire of God? Arna Koriho Maneyash, we make His desire our desire. And then nothing can, you'll be unstoppable. That is the secret. Guru Vaishnava Bhagwan, Tine Smarana Hoy, Vigya Vinashan, Anayashi Hoy Nija Vanchita Puram. It has your name in it, so you could probably learn that verse. By remembering Guru, Hari Guru, Guru Vaishnava Bhagwan, yeah. Remembering the spiritual master, the Vaishnavas, and the spirit and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all your obstacles will be removed. And all your desires will be fulfilled. So God wants it more than us. Therefore it can happen. Therefore it can happen. It can definitely happen. And the more we focus upon the goal. The more we focus on the goal, the more we focus on it, the more empowered we'll become. Like there is no limit to how many books that one person can distribute. And certainly, when all of us are together, there's no limit. There's really no limit. Vishnu was like, do you think you will, remember on Friday or something, he was like, do you think you will equalize it over the weekend and bring the target back down to 550? I said, with all of us together, we can. With all of us, you can have your MVPs and your superstars, but you need to have someone taking the rebounds, You need to have someone like, giving, getting those assists. You got to have everyone. For you to make the slam dunk, the ball was passed around a few times. So like everyone has a role to play. Without the Matajis, would we be able to distribute so many books? No way. No way. No way in the wide world would we do that. How many days would have got up and just wrapping up the books? You see? So, it's a well-oiled machine. And with all of us together, we can definitely do it. Why? Because we have one commander, Srila Prabhupada. We have one order to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. We have one mission to distribute these books. And we all just focus on that one goal. There is no other opinion. Does anyone want to do anything else but distribute books in this temple? Anyone, any other idea? Anyone wants to go do yoga and fall down or something? With the yoga studio Matajis? No. Anyone wants to go and just become a mundane philanthropist? No. Does everyone want to distribute books? Obviously. And because of that, and the more we become single-pointed on this mission, Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekiha kurunandana bahushakasanantasya buddhayo vyavasayana. That, when we focus single-pointedly, with resolute determination on the orders of the spiritual master, then nothing will shake us. It'll be unshakable, actually. That determination cannot be broken. And worshipping the spiritual master as an offering, it was so amazing. Right before I stepped out the door, actually, I was like about to pass water. I wrapped up my Brahmin there, and Chandan came into the room. He's like, Vishnu, Mahotsaha Prabhu, Guru Maharaj is on the line. I'm like, yeah, Prabhupada's on the other line. Yeah, I'll give you the phone. I didn't believe it. He's like, Guru Maharaj is on the line. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I know. He's like, Guru Maharaj is really like, what? I didn't even pass water. I wash my hands or whatever, and I ran into the room, and I couldn't believe it. Maharaj was on the line. I was like, wow, this is amazing, man. He spoke to us about some things, and then we spoke to him about book distribution. And told him Guru Maharaj, Abhimanyu Sutta Prabhu passed 1,000 Saptarishi sets on December 23rd. He's like, wow, that's amazing. That's so amazing. Wow. And he was so astonished, And then I said, Guru Maharaj, I passed 1,000 Bhagavatams, that, and he's like, oh, that's amazing. Wow, you did it. Don't sit on your laurels, though. Is the marathon over yet? I said, no, Guru, it's not over. It ain't over till it's over, and yeah, he just, push it forward. He's like, don't sit on your laurels. The marathon is not over yet. And yeah, definitely it's not over. It's not over. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until the final finale, when I beat all of y'all. I'm praying to Krishna, please let them distribute lots of books, but let me distribute way more books than they can imagine. But yeah, it's he said that, he said, don't sit on, because it's not over. We still have 4,000 more minimum to go. And my desire, honestly, is that we do more than previous marathon. See, last marathon, the Bhakti sacks were $10. So we were able to distribute more. Last marathon we did 22. Okay. If we can somehow, with the new Bhagavatam prices, with the new Bhakti sack prices and all that, if we could still go past, that would be the bliss. That would really be the bliss. Really. So, we should simply focus on this. We should simply focus on this. There's so many people buying things out there, for Christmas. Like, oh, I want to buy a Christmas present. I want to buy something for New Year. But what are their gifts? They're all completely useless. That Indriyani paranyahur indriyabhya paramanaha manasastu parabuddhir yo buddhe paratastu saha. Then that higher than the matter are the senses, higher than the senses is the mind, higher than the mind is the intelligence, and higher than the intelligence is the spirit, soul, or Krishna. There's so many different commentaries, and Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, and Baladev Vidyabhushan says the soul, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says it's lust, Ramanujacharya says it's Krishna, and they're all right. But we can see there's so many gifts that people have to offer. What do they have to offer? It's simply on the level of the senses. They buy some toy or some gift or some car or something like that, and it's simply on the level of the senses. Then there may be some more people, who may buy books to give to their friends, and that may be on the level of the mundane mind and mundane intelligence. But Srila Prabhupada's books is on the soul platform. When people buy Srila Prabhupada's books and they give to someone, I think that's the best gift they could give. Because it's about the mind, about the senses, about the mind, about the intelligence. It's on the God platform. And so they're buying Srila Prabhupada's books. And when they buy the Bhagavatam set, my Lord, that's amazing. It's amazing, actually, It's the most amazing thing. And, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. And we should always push on. We should always push on and beg for the mercy of the previous acharyas. I was Abhimanyu Sutta Prabhu and myself. We were chanting japa this morning next to each other, next to that beautiful picture of Mahavishnu and all these universes emanating from him. And I asked Abhi, what do you think? What do you see when you see that picture? He's like, I see Mahavishnu and the universes, right? Or something like that, right? I said, Abhi, you know what I'm seeing? Abhi, look at all of that. That's like untouched Sankirtan spots, man. We could burn out a universe, bro. We could go. I was just seeing this literally unlimited Sankirtan spots. There's unlimited Sankirtan spots. I was saying Abhi, bro, we could be distributing books in so many places. What to speak of finding places like Alpha or something. Bro, I found a new planet, dude, and these people are crazy. I was thinking, dude, all we need to do is just be completely purified. We just need to become completely purified, and the amount of service that's available is unbelievable, actually. I was looking at this, that's a painting, dude, that's unlimited Sankirtan spots, man. We could really go crazy. And saying, Abhi, there may be so many Sankirtan Maharathis way better than us out there, and we're gonna go learn from them, and by their mercy do more books than them, and you say, and these things are there, these things are real. We are in the smallest universe, we haven't even liberated our freaking neighborhood, we have, there's so much to do. All human beings should get Srila Prabhupada's books. Then all the living entities on this planet should get Srila Prabhupada's books in their own language, in their plant language, in the animal language. They should all get the knowledge. And then, after this, then there'll be so many realms in this universe. And there's so much service to do, actually. There's so much service to do. And, for a devotee like Prabhupada who's doing all this service, Krishna gives himself to him. Krishna gives himself to him. So, and to his faithful followers. So, they can do it. Ekaki amar nahi pai bal hai nama sankirtane. And it's really, really amazing. It's really amazing. Therefore, we're always dependent on the mercy of the previous acharyas. Always dependent on the mercy. And, we could beg for their mercy. We could beg for their mercy. Does anyone know how to play 2-beat? Okay. Just give me the kartals. And you can pull up this bhajan, Oh Hey Vaishnav Thakur. I'll sing this bhajan really quick and we'll call it a class. So you can leave it on. You can put up Oh Hey Vaishnav Thakur. There's a really amazing bhajan by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I'll read the translation. Oh, please. Okay, if you're butchering it, I'm going to stop you, okay? All right. I should have learned 2-beat by now. It's a shame, huh? Okay, first thing after the marathon, I'm going to learn 2-beat. I'm going to have Mitravan Prabhu send me a video. Prabhu, I want to see the translation. Oh, Venerable Vaishnav. Oh, this is how we can pray to Krishna, actually. Oh, Venerable Vaishnav, oh, devotee of Krishna. Oh, ocean of mercy. Be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. Teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto me the 6 kind of association. Go to the asterisk, please. I don't know. Go down. Okay. The 6 passions are those pertaining to the words, the mind, anger, the tongue, the stomach, and genitals. The 6 faults are overeating, attachment to material things, inability to follow regulative principles, sense gratification, useless idle talk, and impure habits. The 6 positive qualities are enthusiasm in practicing devotional service, firm faith in devotional processes, a strong desire to attain prema bhakti, a favorable service attitude, avoidance of non-devotees, and appreciation of the company of devotees. The 6 methods of association are to go to an assembly of devotees, to invite devotees into one's home, to discuss and hear devotional topics, to take the Mahaprasad of devotees. I'm going to take your Mahaprasad and offer to the devotees, offer Mahaprasad to the devotees. So you can offer your Mahaprasad to me. Then go back to number 3. I do not find, this is like the jam. When you're out there on Sankirtan and books are not going out, chant this verse. And it always happens, it always comes true. I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtan holy name of Lord Hari. Please bless me by giving me a 1 drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna. This is the secret. If you're ever not able to distribute books, chant this verse. Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I'm simply a servant running behind you shouting, Krishna, Krishna. Okay? Oh he Vaishnava Thakura, Doyara Sagara, Idase Karuna Kori. Ta Doyara Sagara. Diya pada chaya सदा है अमाय तुम्हारा चरण दोरी छाई भेगा दो में छाई दशा शोदी छाई गना दे हो दासे Chai satsange dehoe amar bosechi sangera ase एकाकी amar nahi paeba harinama sankirtane Tumi kripa kori Shraddha bindu diya Deyo Krishna nama Thane Krishna se tomar Krishna dite paro Tomara shakati ashe Ami tu kangal Krishna Krishna boli Daitava pache pache Oh he Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Idase Karna Kori Oh he Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Idase Karna Kori Edase karana kori. Edase karana kori. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Charadeshan Prabhu 2023 Marathon ki jai, Vansha Kalpatarubhishya, Kripa Sandhu Bhevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.